Have you ever had a boss that you simultaneously wanted to, like, strangle with a network cable and, well, maybe do something a lot less professional with?
That is a very, very specific kind of workplace dynamic.
Right. It's that friction that's just addictive. You know you should walk away, but you just can't.
It's the kind of friction that creates heat. It's usually dangerous, definitely ill-advised, and completely compelling.
Exactly. And today, we are doing a deep dive into the book that arguably defined that specific brand of workplace hostility for a whole generation.
Mm.
We are looking at Beautiful Bastard by the writing duo Christina Lauren. Now, a lot of people know this book, but before we even get into the plot, we have to talk about its origin, because the backstory is almost as famous as the story itself.
It really is. I mean, before it was Beautiful Bastard, this thing was a massive internet phenomenon. We're talking golden age of fan fiction.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
It started as a Twilight fan fiction. It was called The Office, and it was read over 2 million times online.
2 million. That's staggering.
It is, and it shows you something really interesting about how publishing has changed. This wasn't a book that a publisher decided to push. This was a story the audience chose for themselves first.
So they basically reworked it, filed the serial numbers off, so to speak.
Exactly. But that core DNA, that intense obsessive dynamic, that's what carried over and launched their careers.
And once you meet the characters, you totally get why 2 million people were clicking next chapter at 3 in the morning. So let's set the stage. Ryan Media Group, Chicago, high-powered.
And in one corner, we've got Chloe Mills.
And I love Chloe. She's not your typical damsel in distress, just, waiting for things to happen to her.
No, not at all. She's a sharp, witty MBA intern. She's just 4 months away from finishing her degree, and she is incredibly competent, ambitious, hardworking. She's the one actually keeping that office running.
Which is tough, because in the other corner, you have the beautiful bastard himself, Bennett Ryan.
The son of the company founder, back from a stint in France, high-powered exec, and he is Chloe's boss.
And the description of him, I mean, we have to talk about the introduction. He's got a face a model would kill for and hair that looks, and this is a direct quote, freshly fucked.
It's a very vivid characterization.
It just sets the tone immediately.
Yeah.
It tells you this guy is polished, but there's this, like, undercurrent of chaos just barely contained.
But the interesting thing here for our deep dive isn't just that they're two attractive people, it's that they genuinely seem to love each other.
Oh, this isn't, oh, he stole my stapler. This is visceral.
Right. We're here to unpack that hate-to-love trope, but push to its absolute limit. Usually the hate is just a big misunderstanding. That is not what's happening here.
No, not at all. So let's start with the hate part of the love-hate equation, because it's a war of attrition. Chloe calls him a pompous prick. She literally thinks he is entirely evil.
And based on his early behavior, she's not totally wrong.
She's not. But from Bennett's side, he's not pulling punches either. He calls her a hateful shrew and a bitch in his own head.
But, and this is the key to the whole book, he also admits she's the only one who can keep up with him.
Ah, the competence kink kicking in.
Precisely. He hates her, but he respects her work. He's a perfectionist, and she's the only person who actually meets his impossible standards.
But he expresses that respect in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
The pettiness is just, it's top tier. He criticizes her for being late one time.
Yeah.
Literally one time. He makes fun of her handwriting. He even complains about how loud she types.
It's classic displacement. He's picking at these tiny, insignificant things because he can't deal with the larger effect she has on him. He feels out of control, so he tries to micromanage everything he can.
And the banter is just brutal. He mocks her heels, calls them circus height.
And she has these fantasies about duct taping his mouth shut.
Yes. And there's that flashback where she accidentally spilled coffee on his crotch, which, yikes.
And he tells her if he wanted mud for coffee, he'd scoop it from the garden. Just needlessly cruel.
Which really gets to why she calls him the beautiful bastard.
Yeah.
It's the perfect paradox. He's gorgeous, but so insufferable it almost cancels it out.
Almost. Until it doesn't.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the catalyst. The moment this whole thing goes from I hate you filed these papers to, well, something very, very different.
The conference room.
The conference room.
This is the scene that just flips the entire book on its head. Until this point, it's a workplace drama. Chloe is trying so hard to be professional. She's giving a mock presentation for this huge account.
The Papadakis account.
Yeah.
She's prepared. She's doing her job. And Bennett just checks out. He stops listening to her pitch and just starts looking at her.
And then touching her. I mean, it is such a massive violation. HR would have an absolute field day. But in the story, it's explosive. He pushes her up against the window overlooking the whole city.
And this scene introduces a motif that I think we really need to dig into because it's so specific. The destruction of her clothes, specifically her lingerie, he just rips it.
It's a very recurring theme. He tears a pair there in the conference room. He tears another pair in a stairwell. He tears one in a dressing room. It's incredibly aggressive.
It is. And I get the whole passion takes over trope, but this feels like something else. Why is he constantly destroying her things?
I think it symbolizes his need to break through her defenses, both literally and metaphorically. Chloe wears this armor, the sharp suits, the circus height heels. She presents this wall of pure professionalism.
Yep.
Ripping the lingerie is him just forcefully removing that barrier. He's trying to get to the raw, messy person underneath.
But there's a detail here that is so fascinatingly bizarre. He doesn't just rip the underwear, he keeps it.
Yes, he keeps the torn scraps. This is a crucial detail.
He keeps them in his desk drawer. At work, next to the quarterly reports. I mean, that is a level of compartmentalization that is genuinely terrifying.
It's terrifying, but think about what it represents. Bennett's a man obsessed with order. His office is perfect. His life is curated. That drawer is his one chaotic secret. It's not just a trophy. It's the only place he allows any mess to exist.
It's like he's hoarding pieces of her because he can't figure out how to keep the whole person.
Exactly. It's possession without connection. He can control the scraps in the drawer. He cannot control Chloe.
And this all just highlights the risk factor, right? They are addicted to the danger. They keep escalating into more and more public spaces.
Constantly. You mentioned the stairwell. That whole thing starts because of a fight over a receipt.
Oh, yeah. He ruins her blouse, so he buys her a new one.
Again, the destruction of property.
And she gets back at him by charging a coffee run to the company card.
So petty.
I love it. So he confronts her in the stairwell, and what should be a disciplinary meeting turns into, well, another encounter on the landing.
It's how they resolve conflict. They don't know how to communicate, so they just collide physically.
And then there's La Perla. This was the scene for me. This is where it got really messy. He follows her into a lingerie store.
He claims he didn't, but, the result is the same. They end up in a dressing room. And this is pivotal because it's the first time their dynamic completely bleeds outside the office walls. He is invading her personal time.
And the aftermath is brutal. Bennett, being the rich guy he is, just opens an unlimited credit line for her at the store. He thinks he's being helpful, dominant.
He thinks he's paying for the damages, but Chloe sees it completely differently. She feels like he's treating her like a whore, like a plaything. She sees the money as an insult.
Which leads to this huge fight in the parking garage. She actually slaps him. She slaps him across the face, and then 5 minutes later, they're hooking up in her car. It is just emotional whiplash.
And that is their power struggle in a nutshell. He tries to use money to dominate. She fights back. They're just constantly trying to one-up each other, and sex is just another battlefield for them.
But then a new variable enters the equation. Someone Bennett can't control with money or authority.
The nice guy.
A nice guy. Enter Joel Signoli.
The classic foil. He's a childhood friend of the Ryan family. He is safe, polite, normal. Everything Bennett is not.
And Bennett just loses his mind. There's this scene where Joel sends roses to Chloe at the office. Bennett signs for them and throws them directly into the trash can.
It's completely irrational behavior.
And he tries to justify it. He's like, oh, well, Chloe hates roses anyway, which, okay, she does, but that is not why he threw them out.
No, absolutely not. He threw them away because they were a claim on her attention from another man. It is a peak moment of pure, uncut possessiveness.
And this whole jealousy arc just culminates in the family dinner scene, which is, honestly, it's one of the most tense sequences I have ever read. I had secondhand anxiety.
It is a pressure cooker. So let's set it up. Bennett's mother, who loves Chloe and has no idea what's going on, is trying to set her up with Joel. They are all sitting at the family dinner table.
It's a nightmare. And Bennett is just sitting there watching Chloe flirt with Joel, playing the nice girl, and he just snaps.
He decides to assert his claim right there. While everyone is eating roast chicken, Bennett engages in what we'll call footsie extreme under the table.
Okay, stop. We have to pause here. His parents are there.
Yeah.
Joel is trying to make polite conversation.
Yeah.
And Bennett is multitasking under the tablecloth. The audacity is off the charts.
It's high risk, almost self-destructive behavior, but he feels like his territory is being invaded. He feels her slipping away, so he reclaims her in the most primal way he can, right under everyone's nose.
It's a power move. He's saying, you can talk to her, but I'm the one touching her.
Precisely. And then he drags her to the bathroom to confront her.
And he says it. He explicitly says he wants something that's mine and he can't have it.
That mine mentality. It's the core of his character. But there's a huge fallout. Mina, his sister-in-law, catches them coming out of the bathroom together.
And that's the reality check. Mina basically tells them, do not let the CEO, their dad, find out. She calls what they're doing a mistake.
And that word mistake, it just haunts them. It forces them to see what they're actually risking. This isn't a game anymore. Chloe's career, her MBA, all of it is on the line.
So this leads to the truce. Chloe tries to pull away. She realizes she hates who she's becoming unprofessional, out of control. But of course, they have to travel to a conference in San Diego together.
And the lead up to that trip is hilarious. Bennett tries to replace her with temporary assistants. He fires 5 of them. 5 temps in 2 weeks.
Because they aren't her.
Exactly. He's realizing she isn't just a physical thing. She is essential to his ability to function. He literally can't do his job without her.
So they get to San Diego, and usually Chloe's the one trying to build boundaries. But then they're at the hotel lounge, and Chloe sees some other woman slip Bennett a room key.
And the script just flips. Chloe snaps. She sees a physical representation of him with someone else, and she cannot handle it. She interrupts, she claims him, and she marches him away.
It's a total role reversal. She takes the lead.
She does. And it shows she is just as deep in this as he is. She's an active participant in the obsession.
But then, in the hallway, the provider just collapses.
Yeah.
She breaks down. She tells him she hates this dynamic. She's worried about her career. She wants to stop. And this is where Bennett actually surprises you.
He begs for a truce. He asks for just one night. No fighting, no holding back, no power plays, just them.
And the shower scene that follows, it feels different from all the other encounters.
It feels different because the intention is different. It's emotionally raw. Bennett has this realization that when she says his actual name, not Mr. Ryan, not bastard, when she says Bennett, it changes everything for him.
It's the moment the hate really starts to dissolve, and they're just left with the want. It shifts from a conquest to maybe a connection.
Which is terrifying for both of them. Because hate is easy. Hate keeps you safe. Vulnerability, that's what destroys you.
So when we unpack all of this, I mean, on the surface, it's a very steamy, very entertaining book. But underneath, it's really this battle between ambition and desire.
Absolutely. Chloe wants her career. Bennett wants control. They fundamentally threaten each other's stability. But they're addicted to the chaos they create together.
And I think that's why this story resonated so much.
Right.
From fan fiction to the bestseller lists. It's the ultimate fantasy of taming the beast while still holding on to your own power. Chloe never submits in a weak way. She fights him constantly.
She's his equal. And that's why he falls for her. He doesn't want a subordinate. He wants a sparring partner, someone who can take the network cable and, metaphorically strangle him right back.
But that leaves us with a really big question. Can a relationship that is built entirely on hostility, on workplace violations and ripped lingerie, can that ever actually become a healthy partnership? Or is this truce they find just the eye of the hurricane?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? When the adrenaline of the fight finally fades, do they have anything left to talk about? Or do they just need to find a new war to wage?
Something for you to think about. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Beautiful Bastard. We'll catch you on the next one.